So I want to share some quotes from Jordan Love after the loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Lots of these were from a PackersNews.com article by Pete Doherty. But here's the first one. Did not play well enough. Personally, me, Love said. Accuracy was a little bit off, a little bit shaky. Was definitely making it hard on some of the receivers. Led to us getting off the field early and not being able to put up points. Kind of got in a hole early with all of that. And so I don't think it's that shocking that Love was off to a somewhat shaky start when you haven't played in a couple weeks, still getting back from, going through the off season. And of course, a player's not going to go up there and say, I've been out for 3 weeks. I haven't had a ton of reps. They're not going to say that. They don't want to make any kind of excuses. But it's a pretty, reasonable idea to expect that a guy who only played in one game, started the season, and then misses a few weeks to come out a little bit rusty, not quite accurate. Love talked later in the press conference post-game that he felt like he was starting to click a little bit more later on and able to, be a little bit more accurate. And I think we did see him improve a little bit in that area. And so that's why, as I've said, I'm not too nervous about his accuracy issues. I think it will improve as he gets back into a rhythm. Then we have here another one. I hope not. I hope it will continue to heal and get better. Love said of the possibility of it being an issue all year, talking on his MCL sprain, recovering from that. Quote, but at this moment, yeah, there's definitely something that's there. It's football, We play a physical sport and there's injuries and you've got to fight through some stuff. So it's not great to hear that clearly that knee injury is still bothering him. I think that if it was bothering him to the point that, it was risky for his future and what could happen there, the Packers wouldn't throw him out there. But as he said, lots of NFL players have to play through injuries. Quarterbacks have to do it lots of the time. And so hopefully the next few weeks, as Love plays, it's able to sort of heal slowly and there isn't anything that really aggravates it in the next couple weeks. I think even with Sam Darnold going into this game, he had some kind of knee injury. It looked like at one point later in the game, there was a tackle where his knee got bent up and he was starting to limp out there. And so, all you can do is hope that he'll be able to continue to play through it. And hopefully as the weeks go by, he continues to progress through that injury. Then here we have, said Love, one of those critical mistakes, got to be able to see the all-out blitz or just throw the ball away, take care of the ball better. So that's the thing, coming in and facing, Brian Flores' defense, it's not an easy one to come back from or to come play in when you're coming off an MCL sprain and you're not quite as mobile as you typically are and you're getting pressured at the rate that Jordan Love got pressured. He was pressured, I think, 37.5% of snaps per NFL Pro. And surprisingly, he was only sacked one time during the game. So he was able to move around, but not quite at the level that he, I would say, is typically used to. And then we have a quote here. Give them a lot of credit. They disguise. They do a lot of different coverages. Love said we weren't able to take advantage of that. We weren't able to make them pay for some of that stuff early. So they got advantage. They took advantage of Love. They, forced a lot of turnovers, but Love did take advantage a little bit later on, was able to easily move the ball down the field later in the game. And then here's the final quote I'll share. He said, but it's definitely a long season, and I definitely like where we're at as a team. We didn't make plays, but the playmakers we have and the team we have, I definitely like where we're at. And I think that comes down to the way that they responded in the second half. I think we would have had a much different mood overall from this team if they didn't respond in the second half and if they got blown out, let's say 40-something to 10 or whatever the end score would have been. I think there would be some more concern here, but seeing them bounce back, that's just great to see from a team because you're going to have games, whether that's regular season, playoff time, where things don't go well for you early in the game, and the great teams are the ones that can come back when they're down 2 touchdowns. And I remember with Patrick Mahomes, there were so many playoff games just in the past few seasons, past few years, where the Chiefs are down 14 points in the first half, and you're like, oh my goodness, are they really going to lose this game? And then they're able to come back, put up points in a hurry. And I think this is the way that this Packers team is built. And so that's good to know that you have a quarterback who, even when you're down 21 points, can sort of try to will your team back to victory. And I think that's what all NFL organizations hope to have, is someone who, when you're in a bad spot, bad situation, down 2-3 scores, do you have a guy who can get you back into the game? And the Packers 100% do. So that's pretty much it from Jordan Love. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.